Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakor Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, so this is an article from the New York Times. What is the Insurrection Act that Trump says he is considering? All right, now you know the scriptures say, and second Esdras, all right, that there will be a insurrection upon. Matter of fact, let me get it. Second Esdras 16 and 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. All right, that great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. All right, that great coming against, because, you know, the only people that fear the Lord are the Israelites. You Negroes, Latinos, Native, and Seminole Indian. That's why when Jake breaks the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, even if it be unknowingly, you know, they're not reading the law, they're not trying to follow the law to the best of their ability, but they still have a conflicted conscience. Jake know when he doing something wrong, is basically what I'm saying. All right. But that great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, are you seeing it's about to come? As you know, I get into the article where Donald Trump is talking about the Insurrection Act of 1807, which gives the president the power or, you know, authority to turn the military against the people. And then you see that's what he's doing. You know, this is not hard to see. All right. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, you Israelites. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. But getting back into the article, all right, what is the Insurrection Act that Trump says he's considering? The president said he would invoke emergency powers to deploy the National Guard if people were being killed and courts were holding us back. President Trump said on Monday he would consider invoking the Insurrection Act, an 1807 law that grants the president emergency powers to deploy troops on U.S. soil as a way to get ground recent court rulings that have blocked his efforts to deploy the National Guard in major American cities. In an appearance on the right-wing cable network Newsmax Monday evening, Mr. Trump said that he saw the Insurrection Act as a way to get around the opposition to the deployments, but did not commit to invoking the law. If we don't have to use it, he said, I wouldn't use it. But he's going to use it, all right, because Donald Trump is the cruel Lord, man. The Most High's whooping stick, all right? About to whoop Jake, man. You 2/3 out there. All right, this man about to deploy the military on y'all. Because excuse me, although he talks about left-wing extremists, as I've said before, the face of the left wing is Negroes and Latinos. You got sports players, rappers that graft a lot of Jake in, and they just want to follow the wave and what's cool. So now they a Democrat, you know. He's talking about y'all, man. All right. It says, in an appearance in the Oval Office in the afternoon, Mr. Trump was asked under what circumstances he would exercise those emergency powers. Mr. Trump replied that we have an Insurrection Act for a reason, and I'd do it if it were necessary, but so far it hasn't been necessary. He laid out a set of conditions that he said could justify invoking the act, including if people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or mayors or governors were holding us up. And you're seeing that because the mayors and the governors is bucking at him. As far as people being killed, this is the land of damn death, man. They don't care about that. All right, them judges and them governors and them mayors is in his way. All right. In Mr. Trump's worldview, at least some of those conditions have already been met. Mr. Trump has described Portland, Oregon, one of the cities he has targeted for National Guard deployment as on fire for years, adding, I think that all insurrection really criminal insurrection. I think that's all insurrection really criminal insurrection. Who's the face of crime in America? Most High putting his spirit on this man, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai putting his spirit on this man to come at 2/3, man. And you got these other nations that get caught up in the mix, but it's really about you. Democratic officials have resisted the National Guard deployments, most prominently J.B. Pritzker of Illinois. On Monday, Mr. Pritzker accused the president of causing chaos and confusion to create a pretext for invoking the Insurrection Act, so that he can send the military to our city. Mr. Trump's remarks came after two court rulings over the weekend blocked the Trump administration from deploying hundreds of out-of-state National Guard troops to Oregon. Judge Karen Immergut, an appointee of Mr. Trump's, Judge Karen Immergut, an appointee of Mr. Trump's, initially blocked his deployment of military forces on Saturday and then broadened her restraining order on Sunday after Mr. Trump tried to sidestep it, telling Justice Department lawyers that the president has been in direct contravention of her order. Generally, the Insurrection Act gives the president the power to send military forces to states to quell widespread public unrest and to support civilian law enforcement agencies. And that's amongst you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, Natives, or Seminole Indians. That's amongst you. Because when you look at the media, you see all the nations, but who are they focusing on? You had, this nigga name? Stephen Miller, talking about how Memphis, they gonna run down on Memphis. Chicago, which we know is damn the murder capital of this place. You are the face of this. This is who they're about to attack. Because he's gonna do this. All right, what was that? Before invoking it, the president must first call for the insurgents to disperse, according to a Congressional Research Service report published in 2006. If stability is not restored, the president may then issue an executive order to deploy troops. Mr. Trump has raised the idea of deploying the military for domestic law enforcement since his first term. And I remember that because it was Chicago. I remember that. I did a video on that years and years ago, 10 years ago. I remember that because he said, I'm going to send a National Guard to Chicago if they don't stop all that, violence, The Insurrection Act has not been invoked for more than 30 years. And Mr. Trump's use of the emergency powers for routine law enforcement will carry profound implications for civil liberties and for the traditional constraints on federal power. The law typically forbids the use of the military as a domestic police force, but the Insurrection Act, which is his way around it, authorizes the president to use the military to suppress an insurrection if a state government requests it, and there is some leeway in the president's discretion, such as whether the commander-in-chief considers that the unrest is obstructing laws of the United States. Both Trump and Stephen Miller, a senior aide to the president, have invoked the term insurrection in remarks justifying National Guard deployment. The last time that the act was used was in 92 when the riots, pardon my language, when the riots in Los Angeles broke out after 4 white police officers were acquitted in the beating of Rodney King, a black motorist. They coming for you. Excuse me, they coming for you, Jake. And it's plain to see, man. Rodney King, LA riots. Armed forces have also been used to quell civil disturbances after natural disasters, as with widespread looting in St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands after Hurricane Hugo in '89, according to a Congressional Research Service report. But the current situation in Chicago, Portland, and other cities is a far cry from the general lawlessness that precipitated those emergencies. Even as Mr. Trump described Chicago in near apocalyptic language, the murder rate in the city has fallen significantly since so far into 2025, with 319 homicides recorded for the year through the end of September, down by nearly half compared with the height of the pandemic. Even so, Mr. Trump asserted on Monday that it's than probably worse than almost any city in the world, and even Taliban ruled Afghanistan would marvel at how much more crime we have. All right, so he's basically making Jake the face of crime. I mean, what you niggas is, man. You damn 2/3 of the nation of Israel is just disgusting. All right, with all your murder. All right, but this is the excuse that he's going to use to militarize the police and have them down there, busting Jake head. He even went to the extent of saying that these neighborhoods, these cities should be used as military training grounds. Now, if the military is training there for war, what do you think they're going to be doing there? Conducting a level of war. All right, this is an insurrection against the people that fear the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, the Israelites. But I ain't going to hold you. I hope that video was edifying. Shalom.